welcome to another knitting vlog. I first want to talk about where I am with all of my projects, and if I don't talk about a project, it's because I didn't do anything in the meantime. So I first want to share that, and then I'll take you along with me throughout the next week and a half, until I'm ready to upload another one of these vlogs. So I hope you enjoy. So as always, I'll just do a quick little intro, show you everything that I'm working on. And it's actually not that long after I posted my previous vlog, but I have done a bunch on my Cherish jacket. So here is my Cherish jacket, and I was a little worried it was too short, but it is the measurement after, so I blocked it. It is the right measurement after blocking it. I'll like put in a little video that I took before blocking, how scrunched up it was. Like it didn't feel close to being done at all. Like for the body to be done, there still needs to be like 7 centimeters of ribbing. I think I'll do a little bit more, but I have made a mistake. On the right front, I have forgotten here. I have forgotten a part of stockinette. So it goes straight from these eyelets into these twisties, and there should have been like 4 more rows of stockinette in between and 2 more pearl bumps. So I think I'll do sweater surgery. I felt like you couldn't really tell, but then after blocking, I could kind of tell. There's 6 rows missing, and with 5.5 millimeter needles, that's quite a lot. So I'll do sweater surgery. I'm a little scared because I think I'll like take it apart. I'll pick up stitches on one side and then pick up stitches on the other side. And I think I will have to graft it together, Kitchener stitch, but on the wrong side, because I need pearl bumps. So I'll see how that goes. I've done grafting before, but it was all stockinette. So, but maybe this is fine. So that's one thing that I wanted to show you. And then I also have in these 2 bags, which is like, look how cute this one is. It's like a Christmas bag. I have all my squares for my 2 pillows. If you will have seen my previous vlog, you will have seen that I started 2 Aster pillows with my Olivia and Oliver Fibers advent calendar. And I have finished all the squares, and I was just waiting for my joining color to come in. I just got this Viking yarn superwash, 100% wool. It's a DK weight. It's like 100 meters for 50 grams. And yeah, it was cheap, and it's white. It's like natural color. So that's what I wanted to use for joining. But I have used 10 different mini skeins for the one, and then 10 different mini skeins for the other one. And I want to lay them out next to each other because I do want them to match. And maybe I'll swap out some squares, but I'll show you that in a second and then decide what I want to do, because I kind of want to start joining them in a round. I mean, not in a round. I want to start joining them as one big square. By the way, if you feel like, are you okay? I'm still a little bit sick. Like I'm working again and everything, but maybe you can hear it in my voice too. I'm a little bit sick, but that's okay. And then I have great news because I have washed my Aurelia pullover yarn. I'll get it out right now. That's something else I'll show you in a second. I have washed my Aurelia pullover yarn, and it smells like nothing. So that's really great. It doesn't even smell like the wool wash that I used. I washed it 4 times, and I had already washed it before, so I felt like it didn't work to wash it. But I really just used really hot water and then just wool wash that you have to like rinse out, like that you can put in a washing machine if you have wool that you want to wash. So I did that. I like really just under running water, I like pushed on it, and there was all this like gunk coming off, which was the spinning oil. And now it's fine. Now I'm like happily working on it. And ever since I joined the washed yarn again, I did everything since this stitch marker here. So I did all this already, which is like in maybe like a day and a half or something. Like it is all over cable. So yeah, and I do a bunch of things at the same time. So it's not like I'm monogamously working on anything at any time, but that's pretty fun. And this stitch marker has maan on there, M-A-A-N. Which, by the way, I saw someone calling me Maan. Maan is not my name. My name is Umbriel. And the reason I went for Maan Knitwear is because Umbriel is a moon. So it is one of the moons in our solar system, and Maan is Dutch for moon. So that's why Maan Knitwear, in case you were interested or wondering, I guess. And then here is another project. So it's just the humble beginnings, but I am planning on designing a Advent sock pattern. And I have been having so much fun with vlogging. I think I'll do Vlogmas, and I want to have a free pattern to go. I want to have everybody to be able to start their sock on like the first day of December, and then have a sock when it's Christmas time. And I want to use 12 colors. That's my intention. And I still want to figure out if I want to do 12 different colors for every size or do more colors for the bigger sizes. So I'm still figuring all of that out, but my intention is that you can just use a tiny bit of your Advent calendar and then have socks to really work on during Advent, because a lot of times you don't really get to work on your Advent calendar while it's Advent because you have a lot of other things going on. So that's why I thought one stripe a day would be really fun, and then you can use 12 different colors, and then do them 2 at a time, or like in tandem or whatever. Or you can do one sock and then do another sock and you have 24 colors. So anyway, that's my intention. So I'll be working on that in the foreseeable future. And I just started with this kind of neutrally color. So I'm doing the cuff in that one. So the cuff will be excluded from the colors. So I'll do 12 little stripes. That's the idea. I'll figure that out as we go. And I was walking away from the couch, and then I had all this yarn coming behind me, and that was the yarn for this sock. So now it's one big mess. Oh, and all the minis that I'm using are in here. So there they are. Pretty fun. Yay. And then I have one other thing. I have this I-cord maker, and I just made, it's kind of funny. It's like a little, like one of those pulley things for the light in the bathroom. And we have like a shower and a bathroom separated. So 2 different rooms. And the one in the bathroom where the toilet is was broken. So I made an I-cord thing with 2 different colors. And I'll put in a little video, but I put a little Eiffel Tower at the end of it, and it's really fun. But the one in the bathroom where the shower is has been broken for a long time, and we've just been pulling on this like weird little string. But I was thinking of making another one with these 2 colors. So it's the same idea of like the little video that I showed you. But I'm gonna use these 2 colors, and this is a leftover from the pillow, and then this is the leftovers from my grandpa's socks. So that'll be really fun, and I have another little pendant I can use for that. So those are all my ideas that I'm working on this week. So here both pillows are. This was the first one I made, and then here's the second one. And as I was finishing up the second one, I kind of thought there was like a lot more pink in there, and you do see like this one has the green, and like it had the green and the white, and here we just had 2 yellows. So that kind of made a difference. I feel like this one is a little more brown. This one is a little more pinkish, yeah, orangey or something. But I think they're fun enough. I'm gonna like keep them out for a little bit and then think about it, because now that I look at it again, I feel like this is a lot more muted and this is a lot more like screaming, but it's also okay. I feel like if I'm gonna swap things out, it's gonna get really messy. So maybe I'll just keep them like this, but I'll think about it a little bit. Okay, I swapped out a little bit. I put one green one here. I swapped a few things, but now I feel like they're a little more in balance. I also made sure that these inner 9, because they'll be right at the front, that they have really a lot of different colors, that there's no same outer borders, inner borders, or like, yeah, that is like balanced out. And yeah, I swapped a little bit, just a little bit. Like this corner is a little different now. This one is from originally that side. I think it's balanced. I think. So yeah, this is going to be the joining color for both of them. So I'm going to wrap them all up again, put them onto piles. And oh yeah, if you also make this pillow ever, just make sure that these two will touch. These two will touch, because they'll touch like here. So all these two of the two borders will touch. So make sure that they don't look too similar. Just, yeah, and all the corner ones will also touch each other. So I always make sure that those all have a different color on the outside, and that these two are different, these two are different, these two are different, and these two are different. So just so you know. All right, so I'm gonna put it back in this cute little bag, and then I can start crocheting. Yippee! Time for an update. So it is currently Saturday, November 9th. I got better with the dates. I was actually wearing my sweater number 15 over this turtleneck. That's like my new favorite thing, is just to grab a turtleneck. So I've been buying a bunch of turtlenecks online on Vinted, just like the European thread up. But I was wearing that today, but I got really cold, and this one is so nice and long. So I was wearing this one at home. I wanted to do a little update because there's a lot to talk about. I have finished my 2 squares for the pillows. And as you might have seen in the video, it doesn't fit the pillow that I have. So I thought this pillow was 40 by 40, which 40 by 40 is bigger than recommended, but it is what I used for my previous two Astra pillows. But this pillow is 50 by 50. So it will really be a lot of shoving, but on the other hand, it's really like not super sturdy. So I feel like it might work. So I'm gonna try that out today. I did block both of my panels and that made it sit a lot better. So now it's really like good and straight, and it makes me want to have a blanket. Makes me want to have a granny square blanket. And I showed it to my boyfriend, and he said he never really liked crochet blankets because they have so many holes in them, but these granny squares don't really have that many holes. It's pretty, yeah, even, not too holy. So that's a first. I just need to like sew them together. I could finish both of them today. I do have two of those pillows, but they're probably too big, but I'll see. Then I also, yesterday, I finished up my mitten. Well, it's not my mitten, it's my boyfriend's mitten. And they're super big. So here's my finger, here's my thumb. So yeah, they're really big and he really likes them and they fit really well. So I did some extra calculations and I did some extra calculations for the thumb. And the thumb is different from the pattern. It is based on the pattern, but it's not exactly the pattern. So yeah, it is a little different than what it looks like in the pattern. And so does this top bit, but it looks so good. I'm really proud of this. So I really hacked this pattern like crazily. I did so many modifications. So yeah, it's time to cast on the next one because it's cold outside and my boyfriend needs mittens. So it will be good if he has these. And they fit so well. So that's so good. Yeah, the only thing that I realized that I did was I made this stem longer and then this one shorter. And here it's like even. But I think I like it. Because like this, I wanted it to be similar to the top bit of the thumb. And I changed this to make it longer, so that's different now. But this was exactly like the top bit of the thumb. So that's why this was shorter and then I made this longer, but it could have been even, but that's fine. It's fine. I like it. So those are the mittens. I should cast on the next one today. It's still like noon-ish on Saturday, so I still have the whole weekend. And tomorrow we're going to Friesland. So I have some time in the car knitting. And then I have my stripy socks. So those are the few things I'm working on. But meanwhile, I'm like so excited to start this one project. I'll share it with you in a second. First, the socks. So I have done 4 stripes. So I'm gonna be soon like going to the 5th color. And these are my Advent, well, Scrapvent socks. I decided on a name and I saw that no one has called any socks that. So these are the Scrapvent socks, a pattern by me. And I will release them to be for free once December starts. So you can maybe see if you, like just every day when you open up your little mini skein, if you have a yarn Advent, you can just use, it's approximately 3 grams per stripe for both socks. So yeah, if you just want to try out, see what it looks like, you don't have time to do a huge project with your entire mini skeins, then this would be a perfect project. Or if you have a lot of leftovers, you could also just make 1 stripe per day. And I'm gonna do 12 stripes in this sock. And I'm thinking of also making a mini stripe version, but I'll see what I'll do there. I might do that for myself during Advent and then having other people being able to knit it with me. So I will release it as a free pattern. And then I want to show you that yarn that I was talking about. So I still have 2 textured projects and Yeah, I should knit on them. But I also have a deadline, Christmas. I bought, if you have seen my fall knitting plans video, you will have seen that I'm in love with this yarn. This is Knitting for Olive Merino in the colorway Blood Orange, which is this perfect, to me, this is the perfect red. It's like slightly orangey, hence blood orange, but it is red. Yeah, I love it. From my point of view, this is red and not orange. And I want to make the Cornelia cardigan. I got this pattern because I bought a sweater's quantity of Santa's garn from the Breiboerderij in the Netherlands, and then they give you the pattern like this in a little booklet. You can't buy the whole booklets anymore, so you have to just buy the yarn for a pattern, and then but I'm gonna knit it in the Knitting for Olive Merino because I wanted it in this color. So here they have it in like a scarlet color, and I want it in like a little bit more orangey leaning red. So I need this for Christmas because also fall knitting plans. I was talking about wanting the Madeleine sweater for Christmas, but this is like the same idea in my mind, at least. This is the same thing. It has like a little bit of lace, a little bit of cables, and I think it would be perfect. But we are celebrating Christmas early with my dad's family. So we are staying in the Netherlands this year, so we're not going to Minnesota this year. We are staying in the Netherlands, and we're celebrating Christmas around the 15th of December. And then on like normal Christmas Day, we'll be with my mom. So yeah, I want to have it finished before the 15th. So I should prioritize this one because that is coming up faster than I think. It's almost a month now. So, and I don't usually knit things in a month. So I should really get going on that. So that is something that I wanted to share too. I have had my cherished jacket just laying there when I started like this vlog, basically. It's still in the other room because I didn't want to pick it up and like cut the yarn and do all that thinking. So it's still there, and so is my Aurelia pullover. But this is how it goes. I just go from project to project, from idea to idea. I also have another idea, but I'll come with that later. I'll just focus on these things today. I might cast on that other idea too, though, because I want to make a knit scooty. I made a scooty crocheted pattern by Aver P, and that video is like totally going crazy right now. So if you want to watch it, I don't know, it's really popular. But I was thinking I want to have like one without holes in them, because that one kind of has holes in them, and like knit with a wool. And I have this yarn that I haven't used for anything yet, Drops Lima. I have 500 meters, and I think it would be perfect, but I can't really find a pattern that I think would be good. So I am going to make my own. And I already wrote everything down, because sometimes I have these brain things. It's like, and I just write down this pattern. So I already wrote that pattern, but I haven't wrote the scrappy sock pattern yet. The scrap print sock pattern. So lots in my mind, a lot of knitting on my mind. So I will be doing that today, this weekend. the pillows are finished. So here is one and here is the other one, and they're both done. They did fit so the big pillow did fit into these smaller pillowcases, but yeah, they're a little stretched out. And this one is worked out a little prettier. The other one is a little weird, like weirdly shaped, but this one looks really good. It's really stuffed in there, so the granny squares are really stretched out, but it works, and it's a nice firm pillow. So yeah, I'm really happy with them. And it's only Sunday, so it's the next day. And yeah, this is the one that's the shape is a little weirder. I didn't shove it in as nicely as in this one, I guess. But they're done, so that's great. And I did a lot of knitting and crocheting yesterday. And how I did that was I watched all of the Crazy Sock Lady's old videos, and then I have 8 of them or something in like a little playlist on YouTube, and then I rotated. So every time the video changed, I changed my project. Yeah, it worked really well. So I did the heel on this one sock. And this is what I'm gonna work on today in the car. I'll be leaving in 10 minutes. Yeah, so that's what I'm gonna be working on today. I'm just using a Regia 4-ply for the heel. So I'm not doing like a hand-dyed mini for the heel, but that's okay. I think that's a little sturdier, and I don't want it to wear out. And then I also casted on the second mitten. So a little short update. That's all. That's the 3 projects I was working on yesterday. But it feels good to have those 2 pillows completed. Kind of cleans up my Ravelry a little bit, so that feels good. So yeah, I should get some coffee and then get going. And I'm gonna gift these to my grandpa today because I'm gonna be going to Friesland with him. So I can give them to him. I think he'll like them. I don't know, we'll see. Okay, it is so dark outside right now, and it's only around like just a little bit before 4:30, and it's so dark, so I'm using my ring light. So if you're like, why isn't there natural lights? There is a little bit, but I have to use my ring lights. I'm sorry, I know they look a little bit better when there's natural light, but I can't really change that. I wanted to give you a little wrap up of everything that I did. I feel like I haven't done that much, but I started filming like a week ago, so it's really not that bad because I did a lot of work on my Cherish jacket like the week before that when I didn't film. So I feel like I shouldn't be so hard on myself because I did finish those 2 crocheted pillows, and I basically knitted this entirely, these 2 socks, and then I finished my mitten and I casted on the next one. So that's basically all the progress that I have done. And I'm kind of stressing out in my mind a little bit because Vlogmas is coming up. I want to work on my Advent project. I want to work on, I will share that in a later video, but I have an Advent project in mind for my weekend Advent that I got from Artemis Yarns. I want to make something with that, and I want to have my Christmas cardigan done before the 14th of December. I think I said 15, but it's the 14th. So I need to get going, and I also want to cast on my Scooty idea. So yeah, just a little update about the socks. So I'm currently on this stripe, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. The 7th stripe. I have 5 more stripes to go for the foot and then the toe. And these are my size. So I have written the pattern, like a first version of it. And I will be giving ideas of how long you want to knit your socks based on your shoe size. And then you can size up or down if you want more or less like negative ease. I always like a little bit of negative ease in the length of the sock. And yeah, so I always do that. But I can imagine that people would not want that. But I give all of that in the pattern. So I say this is the mid stripe version, and then I will have a mini stripe version. And then I'll say how many stripes to knit for your foot. And then based on how many colors you have, you can decide how many colors you want for your leg. Because I am knitting this cuff down. So yeah, you have to decide what you want for your leg first. So yeah, I've done the honeycomb heel flap, which I really like, and then I have garter pumps on the side, and I have included these in my blossoming heart socks pattern. So they're from that pattern, and I really like them. They're nice and sturdy. And I have just used a Regia floor ply for the heel. And for the cuff, I have used one of my leftovers of these minis. And these minis are all leftover from my pillow. So it feels really good. I'm using up a lot of that Advent from last year. And I felt like I really wanted to use it up before the next Advent season is starting. So yeah. Yeah, no, there's not much more to say. I will release the free pattern at the end of this month, at the end of November. So that you can cast it on in the start of December to do for your Advent if you don't want to do a whole big Advent project and you just want to have something small to do with all your Advent, or you can just do your scraps. And my idea was to do 1 stripe a day. And if you do the mini version, then you can do 24 stripes. So you can knit for every day of Advent. And then sprinkle in somewhere the heel and the toe and the cuff. I haven't decided on how to do that yet for myself, because I will be doing the mini version with 24 stripes during Advent. So that's my plan, and you can join me if you want. It will be a free pattern, so I will let you know on here that I have released it, and it will be in my Ravelry, on my Ravelry as a free pattern. So yeah, be on the lookout for that if you want to knit some scrap fin socks. I can't believe no one has thought of that name yet, because I don't feel like it's that, it seems pretty obvious, but there is no pattern called scrap fin socks, so I'm claiming it right now. Yeah, so I hope you enjoyed this vlog. If you did, then please consider subscribing and liking this video. That helps a lot. If you want to support the channel, I have a few options. You can buy me a coffee on Ko-Fi, you can buy me a pattern from my Ravelry wishlist, or you can buy one of my 2 sock patterns that I have released. Yeah, and those links are all in the description box, but you don't have to at all. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope to see you in my next mini vlog.